Hello all you beautiful YouTubers, and thanks for tuning into another episode of Let's Learn the Mods. Today we're going to be covering EX Nihilo and EX Aquilo, I believe is how you spell or say it. So, to kind of get started, usually you'll find yourself kind of on a Skyblock map where you'll have nothing but a piece of dirt and an oak sapling. So you're probably wondering, how the hell do I go from here? Well, and some bone meal too. You're probably wondering how the hell you continue on from there. Well, I'm going to kind of walk you through it and explain how to progress through Skyblock maps, because most Skyblock maps now are using EX Nihilo and EX Aquilo. So to get started, let's grow the sapling. Alright, cool. So we got a sapling. So the first thing you're going to want to do is get some wood, blah blah blah. You'll take that, and so on. And then you'll make a crafting table. And from there you would progress into making sticks and whatnot. Unfortunately, I have Greg Tech in here. So let's just pretend that we got it. Okay? And crafting table. And then you would make a crook, which honestly, you can check any eye for that. And from there, you would start whacking the leaves. And you'll whack the leaves until, right there. See that little guy? That's a silkworm. So, what these little wonders are used for is they're used to make string, believe it or not. So the way we would do that is we'd come over here. As you can see, this is already like turning. I'm gonna kind of show you how to get this little guy working. So let's put a tree like right here, right there. Okay, and then we'll do bone meal till we got this tree grown. Okay, and then you just take the silkworm and you press it on like that. As you can see, the leaves are starting to be infested. Don't break that. You want it to spread so it looks like pretty much most of this is white, but you can break these at this point. So if we start breaking them, we get string, and on occasions we'll get a silkworm. And hopefully, if you're lucky, at least one will drop a silkworm. Usually they do, sometimes they don't. It's all a matter of luck. So, looks like we haven't got a silkworm yet, unfortunately. Oh, there we go. See, silkworm, and then we got silk. And from there, you'd want to produce a sieve. What sieves are for is how you get ores in Skyblock. So, let's place this down, pretending we got all the string and wood required for it. Okay? And from here, you'll also want a hammer. Now, you have the wooden hammer, stone hammer, iron, gold, and diamond. They're really easy to make, not a big deal. And they can be enchanted, like, you could put fortune on it, which would increase your yield and whatnot. So let's delete those, since we only need the diamond hammer now. Alright? So there's a few things we can do. Actually, before moving on to the sieve, let's cover the oak barrel. The oak barrel. Alright, so what this is used for is composting. You can put any kind of organic matter in here, like fish, saplings, and whatnot, and so on. And that will get you, as it composts, it'll eventually get you dirt. So, and that's used for a lot of things, honestly. You're gonna need a lot of dirt. Eventually, you'll kind of be able to bypass it once you got a cobble gen, but till then you're stuck doing this. Now, see, like saplings work, fish work, apples will work, this will work, wheat will work. So you can put as many as you want and whatnot, or as little as you want, until it's filled and nothing else will go in, and then it'll eventually turn to dirt. And when you right click it, like when it's done, you'll be able to right-click out dirt. Like, see, it's still not done. Okay? So, that's how you get dirt. Now, moving on to the sieve. You then use your dirt on the sieve, and this will give you little stone chunks. And it'll also give you seeds. This is how you kind of get, like, tree seeds and whatnot. You won't get, like, plant seeds or anything. It's all tree seeds. Like rubber and whatnot. That's how you'll get your rubber seeds and such. Alright? So, and what you do with these, what you do with these little stones is you just craft them like this, and you get cobblestone. Now you can either do that, and then you break this down into gravel, and then we can go from here kind of further down, but honestly, if you need ore, gravel's the way to go. This will get you broken ore and whatnot, which is important for different things. So you'd keep kind of running gravel through here until you start to get 4 broken ore, and then you can kind of craft that into a gravel pile of ore. So let's get some ore just so I can show you an example. And there's other various things you can get from this, like quicksilver and such, and so on. See, there's our broken ore. We got apatite. Amber comes from it. Flint comes from it. A good amount of stuff comes from it. Now, this doesn't provide things like redstone and whatnot, so you're probably wondering, how do I get redstone? Well, that's actually pretty simple. In this case, we're breaking down the sand. Sand yields, like, different items like, what was it? I think you get, like, ancient spores and whatnot from sand. And even further down is dust. This is how you get redstone and whatnot. Sand gives you, like, quartz. This gives you redstone and other things. And then these all can be sieved. The gravel, the sand, the dust. You want to sieve them all. Preferably. Like this is giving me glowstone, bone meal, redstone, as you can see. This is how you get all your basic necessities. And diamonds also. I believe diamonds and emeralds drop from dust. So those are really important also. Alright, so moving on. From here, you would eventually get, like, enough stone also to make a crucible. But, unfortunately, a crucible requires clay. You're probably wondering, how do I get clay? Well, that's simple also. You first do that. Let's actually break this stone down. So, we'll do that, and that'll give us some stone thingamabobs. Good. We'll do that, and then that. And then we'll break this down to dust, basically. So, sand, dust. Good. Alright, now we need some water. There's 2 ways to kind of fill this barrel up with water. One, you can use a bucket. But you'll find in, like, agrarian skies and whatnot, you're not able to get a bucket without clay. So, the other way to do this is you basically wait for rain to fall, and it'll fill up the bucket. Usually in agrarian skies, rain will fall in the first night, so I would advise putting an oak barrel out, like, right away. So, we'll drop some water in there, and then we'll take our dust, and then instantly it'll turn to clay. Bam! You got your clay. And from there you can go to, like, your buckets and whatnot. Alright, so let's move on to the other things. From that you can get a crucible, which requires a little bit of clay and bone meal. It requires 7 of those to make that. So save like, I think like 8 bone meal for a watering can and one of these. Actually, more like 11, because you need it for the clay bucket, I believe. Alright, so we have a crucible here. You're probably wondering what this does. Well, it does some magical things. Let's see what is involved with this. Okay, so there's a few ways you can heat this. One is a torch. This will give you 0.1 millibuckets a second. Okay? And all you gotta do from here is, I wonder if stone works. Does stone work? Yep, stone works. Cobblestone also works for that. You can do cobblestone. Whichever you feel is kind of like available to you, you can do. Alright, so from here we'll do one there and one there. Okay, we're gonna basically be demonstrating what works. Alright, so we got netherrack here. Let's do it like that, and then we'll light it on fire. So that works, as well as lava. You can put lava directly under it, and that'll work as well. Cool! So that's how you do the thing, and obviously that's causing a mess. You'll want to use, like, yeah, one thing. But, yeah, that works. Alright, so let's move on to... what should we move on to? Oh yeah, stone barrels. These things are pretty cool. So, in the case of a stone barrel, you'll want to fill this up with lava. And from there, you can take an angry doll. And just FYI, blaze powder comes from dust. You throw this guy in, and then magical stuff happens. let's see. We're just gonna wait for it for a second, and then magical stuff will happen. Whoops. No, no. Yeah, okay, good. See, as you can see, like, it's bubbling and whatnot, and then something will come out. Alright, so let's get a sword so we have something to kill it. No. Okay, I could do that. I'm down for this sword. Come on. Here it comes. Oh, something's happening. Come on. Yeah, it takes a little bit. Oh, there we go. And that's how you get blaze rods. Yay! So, that's how you get blaze rods. Now let's move on to other things. So, eventually after going through, I believe, dust or sand, you'll get these things called ancient spores. You can drop those on any dirt, and it'll give you mycelium. Okay, similarly, you can do grass seeds on dirt, and it'll give you grass. Okay, so from there, we do this. We will take a barrel. I don't have a barrel. We'll take a barrel. Alright, and then we'll fill it with water. So, let's get some water. Alright, cool. And fill the barrel. And then it'll slowly change into this thing called witch water. And while witch water is kind of forming, mycelium will spread, as well as mushrooms will start growing. So that's how you kind of get mushrooms and more mycelium, is basically doing that. And then what we do from there is get some sand. And then we're actually going to make another barrel. Let's do that. Fill that up. That looks like it's done. And then drop sand in here when it's done. Come on. It's not done yet. There we go. And that's how you get soul sand. And you can also sieve this, which would be used in getting, like, nether stuff like crushed ardite ore and whatnot. Yeah. Alright, so let's see. Next thing we want to do is take a creepy doll. Come on. Oh, did it go? I think it did. Oh yeah, something's happening. Alright, and then we just wait for that like before, and then something magical will pop out. Let's see if there's anything else we want to cover in this episode. Probably not. I'm going to be covering automation next episode. You could do basic things like that, where if you hit it with a hammer, you'll get the broken ore as well. And then from here, you'll want to craft the broken ore into nickel ore the ore gravel. And then from there, hit it. Good. And then you do that. And then you take the sand and repeat. Hit it again. Kill the Enderman. Oh my god, he killed me! No! That's embarrassing. Alright. Enough of that. Okay. So yes, when you spawn an Enderman, make sure you at least have something to kind of kill it with. Alright. There we go. Alright, so from there, what we'll do is... Where is the thing that we were working on? Oh yeah, there we go. Pulverized nickel ore. And from here, you'll basically just craft it into a thing like this. And then if you throw this into a Tinker's Construct smeltery, it'll yield 2 ore. And then the reason you want to hit it with a hammer is because, as you can see, we kind of got more than 4. You'll always be guaranteed 4, but there's always a chance that you could also get 5. Meaning you'll eventually get, like, extra ore from that. So I think that covers all I wanted to cover in this episode. So next time we'll cover, like, automating a lot of this stuff. So thanks all for watching, hope you enjoyed the episode, and I'll see you all later.